To this now, former U.S. Vice President Dick Cheney has died. The 46th Vice President was 84 years old when he passed away. He died from complications related to pneumonia as well as cardiac and vascular disease. His wife of 61 years, Lynn, and his two daughters and other family members were by his side. As Vice President from 2001 to 2009, Cheney championed the expansion of presidential power. His family described him as a great man who taught his children and grandchildren to love their country and to live with courage, honor and kindness.
Dick Cheney had a long record of public service as a Republican congressman from Wyoming on Capitol Hill for many years before climbing to become President Gerald Ford's White House Chief of Staff. He went on to serve as Defense Secretary for President George H.W. Bush, before perhaps his most famous position, that of George W. Bush's Vice President, for 8 years during the 2000s. He was a defence hawk and the architect of the US's War on Terror, which saw America's second invasion of Iraq in 2003, following the 9/11 attacks on the United States in September 2001. He faced criticism for that invasion, which he fiercely defended, despite the US never finding the weapons of mass destruction the administration thought Iraq was harbouring, and that was Washington's justification for the war. Although not active in politics in recent years, Cheney did become a vocal critic of President Donald Trump, calling him a coward and the greatest ever threat to the country. To that end, he said he was voting for Trump's rival in the 2024 election, Democratic candidate Kamala Harris. Dick Cheney was a polarising figure, a hardline conservative with hardline defence and foreign policy views, who became largely distanced from the Republican Party in his latter years. Cheney passed away from complications from pneumonia and cardiac and vascular disease. In a statement, his family described him as a noble giant, writing he was great and a good man who taught his children and grandchildren to love our country. Nick Harper, SABC News, Washington.